Hi, welcome to this channel. In this video, we're gonna practice some shadowing exercises in Portuguese. So basically, you will listen to the way I pronounce the words and the sounds and the whole sentence, and then you will repeat it after me, and then the next step will be shadowing, which is basically you repeating the sentence at the same time as me, and while you try to mimic everything, the way I speak, the intonation, the pronunciation, the accent, everything. And of course, I will explain all the nitty-gritty of the pronunciation in Portuguese. Let's do it. So the sentence is very simple. Hoje o trânsito está caos. All right? And this picture represents this sentence basically. When we say this sentence, we have some things to pay attention to. The first thing is the stress in every single word. For example, we have hoje, hoje. So the first syllable is stronger than the second one. Hoje. All right? Try to repeat after me. Don't forget to do it. And then we have trânsito, trânsito. So the first one is also stronger than the other two. Trânsito. All right? And then we have the verb está, está. So in this case, the last one is stronger. And the last word, caos. The ca part is stronger than the last one. All right, so these are the sílaba tônica. But we also have some stress in the sentence itself, meaning that some words will be pronounced stronger than other words in the whole sentence. So pay attention to how I say it. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Can you notice that the words hoje, trânsito, caos are stronger than o, está, This is because we are emphasizing some things in this sentence. Depending on your intention, the stress in a sentence can be different, but if you are saying it in a normal way, without trying to emphasize any specific word, the main words will be stressed more than the less significant words in a sentence. If I represent the main words with small circles, you will see that the strongest one is caos. And this is because I'm really expressing my emotions through this sentence, meaning this is so chaotic. I don't like the traffic, So I will say it again and pay attention now with the visual representation of the stress in the sentence, how the main words are stressed. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Now that we know the stressed syllable in each word individually, and we also know in the whole sentence which words are expressed in a higher pitch, let's learn the nitty-gritty of the pronunciation in Portuguese. The letter H in Portuguese is silent. So that's the first rule for the first word there. I put it in red to indicate that it's not pronounced. And then the letter O in hoje is a closed O. What do I mean by that? I have already talked about it in my channel in other videos, but it's worth emphasizing here again. We have two kind of O's in Portuguese. We have O, so this is an open sound, and we have O, a closed sound. O, O. And the type of O in hoje is the closed one. And then that's why I indicate it with this circumflex symbol on top of the letter O. Hoje. And then if we look at the letter J, here the letter J sounds more like the sound in the word pleasure. So it's the S in the word pleasure. And it's not really a J like in English, like Jack. It's not hoje, it's hoje. Hoje, like in pleasure. All right, I hope it helps. And then, as a general rule, whenever a word in Portuguese ends in the letter E, we will pronounce it as I. So not hoje, but hoje. Hoje. So here we have in red the letter that we don't pronounce, and in green I put the phonetic representation of the sound I. Hoje. All right, next word, o. So the letter O in Portuguese, when it's an article standing by itself, we can pronounce it as U instead of O. And this is because in our daily lives, we don't really want to emphasize the article, so it's okay to make it slightly less significant in the sentence by saying U. Hoje U. Hoje U. Okay, and they are kind of connected as well. And then we have trânsito. And the first part, tran, actually is pronounced as it is written, so there's no issue in that. But I just wanted to emphasize that in Portuguese, whenever you have any accents on top of vowels, it will mean that actually that syllable is stressed, has a stronger pronunciation. And then we have Z, which in this case, the letter S will sound as Z, so not transito, but transito. All right? And then finally, we have the last part. And as I said, the letter O tends to be pronounced as U at the end of words. Like the O by itself as an article, here we will also make the same switch. And you can say transito or trânsito. I would say that trânsito is the most common way to say it, like in an informal situation, for example. Everybody will end up saying like that. And then the next word is está. Well, for this word, we have two options. I will say it from the point of view of a carioca. So people who are from Rio de Janeiro, they will say it as ish, ish. And this is because the letter S tends to have the sh sound instead of s. So that's why I say ish. So if I give you more examples on how a carioca would say the letter S, in some words we would have, for example, festa, biscoito, eles. That's the sh sound I'm talking about. But the second option, as I said, is also not to pronounce the first part at all. You can just say tá, tá. So until now we have hoje o trânsito tá. And now the next word is a very small one, but very important. So whenever you have the letter U and then M, we don't really pronounce the M, and we simply make the vowel sound more nasal. What do I mean? In Portuguese, we won't say You don't say m at the end, you know? We say It's not an N sound per se, but it's closer to N than M, and we are just making the vowel more nasal. I will give you some more examples. This also works for bigger words, not only which is a small word, but we can also say, for example, nenhum, nenhum. It's not nenhum, but nenhum. Comum, comum. And we also have the same thing for words with U and N in the middle of the words, for example, as well as mundo, mundo, fundo, fundo. All right, now let's go to the last word of our sentence. We have cá, cá. That's pronounced as it is written. I don't think there is anything to comment on that. And then we have os, caos, caos. We don't say really caos, caos. This would be too strong to pronounce. We say caos, caos. And again, I'm actually saying caos with the sh sound in the S part because I'm from Rio. So pay attention also to that. Depending on the origin of the person who's speaking, the letter S will have different pronunciations as well. Now, let's clean up a little bit. I know it's a bit confusing with all the red and green and black and orange parts. Let's clean up. Let's just write it as I would pronounce it. It looks horrible. That's not the right spelling, but we would have hoje o trânsito está caos. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Okay, so now try to say the sentence exactly as me, right after me. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Hoje o trânsito está caos. Alright, now try to say the sentence at the same time as me. You know the speed, the pronunciation of all the words in here. So I will say 1, 2, 3, and then we say it together, okay? 1, 2, 3. Hoje o trânsito tá caos. Again, 1, 2, 3. Hoje o trânsito tá caos. And last time, 1, 2, 3. Hoje o trânsito tá caos. Alright? That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, let me know in the comments the sounds that you find the most difficult in Portuguese, and I can make a shadowing exercise with this specific sound. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!